Guns are used for many different activities, some including recreation, others including protection. Most people who own guns have them to protect themselves and or other family members, or to use them for recreational purposes such as hunting, target shooting, or skeet shooting. Proponents view guns as a good thing. These are usually the individuals who use them for recreational purposes and usually own several different guns. These individuals have also usually been around guns for all their life and know that they're not going to go off or do anything harmful without somewhat being initiated by a person. These people usually understand the gun safety and understand that they're not terribly unsafe at all times. Exponents usually view guns as things that kill people. These are the people that believe no one should be able to own a gun. These people usually do not understand that guns can be operated in a safe manner that will make them much less harmful and dangerous. Most times the people who are against guns have not been around them very much in their life and don't understand much about them or the safety of them. There are many reasons that gun control should not be enforced. First is that gun control is already a little bit enforced by the purchasing of guns. People who have a criminal record are not allowed to buy guns. If caught with one, they are usually punished by the law. Oftentimes on the news you hear that they have possession of a firearm. That is usually a person that is not allowed to have possession of a firearm, and they are arrested for that. According to NOLO.com, federal law bans those who have been convicted of certain crimes from ever possessing firearms, including those crimes are felonies and misdemeanor domestic violence offenses. Although this does not eliminate all people who use guns in a violent way, this is a good way to eliminate some. Also, it is near impossible to eliminate guns completely. At this point in time, there are over 260 million different kinds of guns that exist, and a large majority of the human race owns a gun. Even if it became a law that no one could own a gun, it could be near impossible to ensure that all guns were confiscated and gotten rid of. An article from the Los Angeles Times stated, "There is no way to extinguish this supply of guns. It would be constitutionally suspected and politically impossible to confiscate hundreds of millions of weapons. You can declare a place gun-free, as Virginia Tech had done, and guns will still be brought there." This was referring to the Virginia Tech shooting, which took place on April 16, 2007. Although the campus was supposed to be firearm, as much universities are, there were still firearms involved. The major aspect of guns is the protection from guns. One simply cannot deny that guns are a perfect way to protect yourselves and others around you. Just think about our U.S. military trying to fight in a war without guns. It would be near impossible. Actually, it would be impossible. Although they take care of protecting us overseas and in some other instances here in the States, they cannot be responsible for protecting us 24/7 in our own homes. If someone tries to break into a home, there are not many ways for an individual to protect themselves from that invader other than with a handgun. Without a gun, most people are completely defenseless against a violent criminal. Foundation for Economic Foundation states, millions of people protect themselves and their families with guns every day in the United States. They choose guns as a means of self-defense for the same reason the Secret Service uses them to protect the president. Guns stop bad people from doing bad things to good people. As you can see, although some may think it is easy to argue in favor for gun control, it is very easy to argue against it as well. Guns for sure have their flaws, as most all other things do, but they are very useful to the human population and are a necessity for protection in the world. Guns should not be considered bad just because bad people sometimes use them in harmful ways. That is not the gun, that is the person behind it.